proof that you create your future. We're talking about Baba Vanga's predictions, if you don't know who she is. Pretty amazing gal. I'm going to tell you why she's amazing, but why you're even more amazing, because we've got some cool things coming up here, and I don't want you to miss it. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Everything is about breaking through the fears. This is the challenge. Can I do it? It's like Pac-Man. You don't quit the first time you play. You know that that little guy's gonna come out and you have to avoid it. Time it perfectly. Go a different pathway. That's all you're doing here. Baba Vanga, an amazing seer into the future. She has predicted quite a few things. So it isn't that she doesn't hold the amazing talent to see into the future, but you do too. You see, all of us are connected in every timeline. In other words, the past, present, and future are all available for us to see. And that's why some people will see things and then it shows up. Someone just asked me that. One of my subscribers asked me that question. Why is that happening? Why do they see the future and then it happens? I said, you know, it's because you are seeing what already is. And most people can do that very naturally. Some others have to work at a little bit, but all of us hold the ability to know that. Why don't we all do it? Well, it makes the game so much more exciting if you don't know everything, because you get to create. You see, that future that person saw was in alignment with thoughts, feelings, and directives that they and or the collective have given. So therefore it existed and it was coming to pass. This is what people like Nostradamus, Baba Vanga from Bulgaria, and Edgar Cayce, other amazing seers have done. They just see into what exists at a moment. Now, how does that work? How did that future change? How did they predict some things and not others? Well, at the moment that they looked at it, we were in alignment in that time period with a certain decision. We can change it at any moment. So if they were to look at that year or that event later on, maybe 50 years later, it may not even exist. So they're giving accurate readings according to what they see at that moment. They had those abilities. Now, why do some people see and others don't? It's part of the warning system that we're allowed. All of us have skills and talents in different areas, and that's what makes all the puzzle pieces come together so beautifully. And without every little piece, it doesn't create a full picture. And we fight that. We want everybody to be the same or think the same or vote the same, and that's just silliness. It's the diversity that makes us so amazingly beautiful. It makes you beautiful. And if there are things you don't like about yourself, well, you're going to have to talk to the Creator, you, right? You are the Creator. Ye are all gods. We are a piece of the puzzle, and the puzzle is the whole of the source. That's all. And that's why you are the part of the source that gets to create. In other words, you're a player in this play. Now, Baba Vanga, she was one of the most recent seers. She didn't die that long ago. But what she was able to do was to let us know we are not on a very good path. Now, some of the things you read out there, we can't be sure how much everything is accurate. This is why I don't watch media unless I absolutely have to research something. But I did look this up, and I found out that none of her predictions for 2022 came to pass. Now, that doesn't mean some of those things won't happen in the future. Maybe it's going to take longer. Maybe we've put things off longer. Or maybe we're just not going to let certain things happen at all. I want you to know that this is exactly how everything works. You're a player. What does that mean? You are playing a role. We know these are not who we are. These bodies are not who we are. They are roles that we came into, purposely forgot, and don't know the future because we're allowed the ability to mold and change it. Otherwise, if everything was in stone, then that's how it would be, and such is our future, never to be changed. That's not the case. In fact, Edgar Cayce stated that these things he sees are a warning for us that we can change things. Now, there are other things that we've taken so far that cause and effect still has to play out. A lot of that is the damage we've done to our beautiful, beautiful planet. And we can really, really change that very quickly if we all start taking action now. It is not as difficult as you think. But what I want you to know about this role that you're playing, you get to look back and ask yourself, did I play it well? Or was it a character everybody was going, boo, you can do something now. Get out of bed. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Be kind to that person. You can stop doing things that are destructive. And if you were to look at your own life, what would you want to change if you were a viewer, if you were an observer of it? You can do it right now. It is not too late to change anything. You could be the hero. You could be the bad guy. And it turns into the hero. So there is no good nor bad. Just playing things out. You have an opportunity to do all of that. So, Baba Vanga, what did she say about 2022? We were supposed to get invaded by aliens. There was a huge list that was extremely destructive, and not one of those things came to pass. I really don't want to put any emphasis on them for one thing. I don't want you to even focus on anything that isn't or doesn't have to come to pass. Now, if aliens do come here, yay! Let's hope that we are in a position to finally be friends with our galactic neighbors and understand that we're just another house a few billion light years away, and that there can be some great value in us becoming friends with our neighbors, sharing technology and all kinds of things that could make us a better planet. We sure haven't done too great of a job. A lot of people have come to this planet to help elevate the frequency so that we can go into a space of giving and loving and oneness. Turn off the media. It's made up. Stop fighting with your neighbors if you want to go back into the oneness that you are. You can go into peace and love. All of the predictions can change, including the things that will happen to this planet. Now, time is an illusion. So therefore, a lot of things that have been seen, again, possibly could happen in our future timeline. But we'll find out when we get there. Right now, every thought and action that you take is creating that. And that includes the catastrophes that are happening on our planet. You know, we are one with this planet. She's alive, as is every little speck of dirt or an ant on her. All alive and all intelligent, and all the beauty and the love and the power, intelligence of the one. All equally perfect and important. And if we don't respect all of it, it will go into conflict with us. That includes Mother Earth. There are going to be things that are going to happen on this planet. Yes, that will continue. We'll probably see more and more of that. But even she has a cycle. We get older and things fall apart and we eventually pass over. Same thing happens to her. And we're going to see a lot of that happening. But it doesn't have to be as drastic if we help her to heal, well, what we've done to her. So let's focus on that. Yay, Baba Vanga, and thank you. She's not wrong. She gave us a warning, and perhaps that helped to motivate us to make changes. So let's not put all of our faith into psychics and all those other people. If you're going to do these things, know that A, most of them really aren't the real deal, just making some money off of you. Second of all, if those who really do have talents, again, are only seeing what you get to create, and you can change whatever they tell you. I know I went to one very, very long period of time ago who told me exactly that. And it really shocked me when she said, you know, there's nothing I tell you that cannot be changed. And I said, what do you mean? She says, no, you can change anything that I tell you. She told me that I would write a book and that it would be well known. Well, I wrote a best-selling, award-winning book. It got turned into a television movie, actually on a Hallmark channel. I never in a million years would have guessed that. She told me that. It actually helped fuel me. So I believed that that would happen, and I made it happen. This is how good things work also. If you believe it, you can make it happen. So let's focus on the belief of the good stuff, the positive changes, and not the negative. It's equal. The universe doesn't discriminate or judge. It just delivers. Are you ready? I have a free symposium for you. That link is down here. It's the Soulful Summit. I'm a speaker March 20th. This is going to be old real quick. March 20th, 2023 at 11 a.m. Eastern. That link is down there. Now, if it's past March 20th, go ahead and use the link. You'll go to my page on the Learn It Live site where that class will be free for you. It'll continue to show the replay and some other free stuff by other amazing spiritual trainers. I hope to see you there. These are free. I take you step by step. How do you break through the fears? How do you start to manifest that world we keep talking about? I'm going to show you. It's not as bad as you think, and it can happen pretty quickly. Ask any of my students. It's real stuff because you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.